Yo, what's popping? It's GSMFX Journal, and today I'm happy to have you. And today I'm gonna continue with answering the question. I won't go far without answering the question from my audiences. So today I'm gonna answer one question from among of my audience. So let me share that question first. Before going on, okay. That question was it's always some explanation, bro. But how can you take trades with trend lines and at what time we take it? Please make video on this, bro. Okay, this is very good question, and I'm gonna answer it today, right? Okay. So then, I hope you saw that question. So, let me tell you something. Before going on, you have to really understand I don't prefer trend lines. I don't use trend lines on finding the POIs. I don't love them because trend line is something that's coming from your mind, okay? And it always it is based on your feelings and how you feel that day. Probably today you can draw something like this. Okay, you can draw something like this, and you can give someone the same chart, and it can maybe construct the trend line from this highs to this lows like this. Okay, and you can even also give the same chart to another person, and it can maybe do something like this. You can do something like this. So you can even see like we have different perspective on the same chart, and I don't like that because trend lines are lines that's coming from your mind. It's not anyway coming from anywhere else, so I don't prefer them. So today video it won't be too long because I'm just expecting to answer your question. So I will give you the example. How did I get into this cell? Because I remember I just forgot to take a screenshot of MT5, but next sessions, I will try to show the MT5 screenshots, right? But I took the cell from right here. I mean from right here, okay? And how do I took it? I just combined SMC with Malaysian SNR. And you have to really understand like the best way to get the precise dent is by using SMC. No way you can get a precise dent without using SMC. And to get the very precise dent, right? So you have to really combine them. You have to really combine the Malaysian SNR with SMT things. So this day, I'm just answering the question. I just answered the question. I didn't forget to answer the question. The question is how to use trend lines to find the POIs. For me myself, I don't prefer trend lines. So I'm gonna show you the one who asked the question. I'm gonna show you how do I get the entries without using trend lines. Okay, this week, I came here and then I see this. It was very clear. Like first of all, the current break on the week was bearish one. No problem with that. But also, what do we have from this week? Before this week happened, remember? Before this week happened, let me move it first. Before this week happened, what we had first of all weekly reject weekly on the weekly support. I hope you see that this is the weekly support. The market rejected there and then it goes above it, no problem with that. But also we had the rejection this opening close level in here, right? We have that rejection too. So then, okay, so this week we had the rejection below. And also we had the rejection on this key level. I think everyone understand this is the opening close level where the market rejected first, it rejected another time. So we don't count two rejections, we count the first rejection happened. And also we have to check the breakout on the daily time frame, right? On the daily, we have the breakout. I think everyone can see it. We have the breakout in here. So it's the breakout in here. And also the swing low was broken, no problem with that. So uh, let me check clearly. We had the breakout in somewhere around here, I think. Yes, somewhere around here. Yes, because that's the point where the market rejected. We had the breakout in here. So what do? We have to go into the lower time frame and then see the trading range that we have, right? See the trading range what we have, because we have to check the higher time frames to get the trading range, right? We have to check the higher time frames to get the trading range. So this day, I just go into the 4 hour, because in this case, if you have the weekly reject weekly and then the daily breakout, you have to check the trading range on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour trading range, do I have? No, it was right here. Sorry. It's mixing up my mind. It was right here. The breakout was right here. So yeah, in here. So you have to check the trading range that you have in the lower time frames. So if you come to the lower time frames in the 4 hour, now you can see you have the proper trading range. Because why? You have this, because anyway, the weekly and the daily is bearish. So you'll mark out the bearish range on the 4 hour. You have the high that took out all this liquidity was taken out and structure was broken here. Okay, and structure was broken. How do we know this is okay? We can count this at the strong high. Remember, if the market is bearish, we mark out the strong highs and the weak lows. So how do we know the strong high has created the weak low? We have to break the swing high in here. The swing high was broken after breaking up this swing high. And also I count, because in this range from this high to this low, I had only one swing point in here that I can count it as the internal range liquidity. So after knowing this, the internal range liquidity, I just go into the weekly itself and then find what the potential point of interest. And then you can see on the weekly we have the resistance in here. Okay, this is the low of the range, this is high of the range, means this will be the point of interest on the 4 hour trading range. So if you come into the 4 hour, this will be the point of interest where I was paying attention to. And then what happened? Something like this happened. After taking out this liquidity, also the swing low was broken to the downside. Now, see this. Okay, see this. The same example I gave you on the last video. If you are new in my video in my YouTube channel, you can just go and then find Malaysian SnR playlist, and then you can see the last video that I was explaining about SMC and other stuff. I explained about when the counter trend agree with the major trend. Remember, the major trend is bearish. Also, counter trend turned bearish. So what do you do? What do you do? Okay, now you have to agree with that you have to agree with me, like the expansion is going to begin. Okay, so you have to go into the lower time frame, because after breaking this swing low, we go to the lower time frames and then check the trading range formed, and then we will try to get into the market. So what happened is this. We had this high, we had this strong high, a high that took out all of this liquidity, and then it blocked the structure, but the law is not yet confirmed. You not confirm the range on this time frame. So what do we do? Let's wait. Patient waiting. Also, this happens. Swing high was broken. Now, my trading range on the lower time frame is coming from where to where? It's coming from these highs to these lows, right? So if that is your trading range, what is this? This will be your internal range liquidity. Right. So if this is your internal range liquidity, what the POI that you have, after seeing this, you have to check the higher time frame for the POI. If you go and then check into the 4 hour, you can see like you have only a week. If you have the only a week, you cannot go, you cannot just go direct into the daily, because if you have the week on the 4 hour, means also on the daily. On the daily, we'll be having the week. So I just marked out the 1 hour resistance in here. I hope everyone understand. This is the 1 hour resistance. I marked out there. And then I add timings at the conferences, because I'm always trading on specific times of the day. So this was London kill zone. and London Open, New York Kill Zone, New York Open. That will be the time that I'm active on the chat. So if it will reach up here in this time zone, then I will sell it. So what happened is this. I was having also Asia's conference. This is the Asian session. Okay, now you can see Asian session, Asian liquidity is being fed into this point of interest. Okay, Asian is being fed into this point of interest. So just imagine the one who asked me about trend lines. Can you, okay, maybe the trend line people, they mark out trend lines, which is having the engulfing points. Can you see? You have this one engulfing point and this one is engulfing point too. But if you do something like this, can you see? Now the trend line tells you have to enter here, but it's wrong. It won't work like that. Okay, so then passion through it on the dot, on the right time, the setup will always come. That's what I always do. So I had that point, I had that with the 30 pips stop loss, 30 pips, because on gold we can't have those tight stop loss like 10 to 15 stop loss. I think you understand, like gold is very volatile pair, right? We can't have that that stop loss. That could be crazy things that you can ever do. So what happened is this, see the reaction. And then take some partials there and then leave the runners into these lows. Or take SnR liquidity created in here. The external range liquidity created in there. So this trade ran about maybe 2 days or something. Until now it's running. But I've closed everything. Yeah, I can't tend or something like that. I think it came up again. Okay. I didn't move my stop loss to break even before, because I always move the stop loss to break even until I broke the swing goal. So after breaking this, now I put the break even there, and this time I closed everything. Okay, that's how it is. So I'm expecting to see the external range is getting cleared out. So hopefully I have answered your question very well. That's what I'm always, what I'm basically do. Okay, I don't use trend lines. I always use SMC combined with the Malaysian SNR to get a precise entry, right? To get a precise entry. So I think this brings a benefit to your trading. And also, I can welcome you to my Discord, okay? To my Discord, Discord server. Now you can enter to my Discord, so so as you can interact with other traders. So I've published it, or I've given you the link on my description of this video. You can click there and then you can go directly into my Discord. You can read the rules and regulations. Also, you can just come up with ideas and ideas and something that you want. You can even share about gold and other pairs on your trading, so as you can interact with other traders and gain some experience, right? So for today, that's more than enough. Have a nice time. Bye bye.